All right. Welcome everybody. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Welcome to another great money talk. Happy Monday, everybody. And today and this week, as our themes, we're always talking about different theme for the week. And this week's theme is none other than learning more about the wealth formula. Right? It's all about the wealth formula this week. And this week, we're going to break that down some more so that way you guys have a better understanding and much more clarity, right? I think the word is clarity. We need to have more clarity on things, right? What is the clarity when it comes down to where we are today, right? So, our big thing this week, like I said, is to talk about the clarity on things and how much do we truly understand? Because when it comes down to the wealth formula, we know that it takes money, time, right? Plus or minus rate of return, minus inflation, minus tax, and that equals wealth. So when we hear these words and we think about these solutions, right? And concepts that we must learn, how do we put ourselves in a position to learn these things and understand them? Well, it requires you to make a decision. It all comes down to making a decision. And the decision that you got to make is that you got to say, hey, I want to be wealthy. So if you're on today, I want you to say to yourself, I want to be wealthy. A matter of fact, say, I am wealthy, right? Say, I am wealthy, because you got to claim it. Wealth is something that you claim. It's not something that you become. Let me say that again. Wealth is something that you claim. It's not something you become. You don't become wealthy until you claim it. Okay, so you got to claim that you want to be wealthy, and you got to be able to put in the work in order for you to put yourself in a position to where you can claim your wealth. So you got to claim wealth before you become wealthy, because everything that you want in life is already here for you to claim. You just got to claim it. You just got to say, I am. So if you say, I am wealthy, that's you actually knowing the why, right? You got to know the why before the how will come. The how is the wealth formula, but you got to claim it first. That's the why. So until you claim it, the formula that we keep teaching you, it won't work. Because now when you claim it by saying I am, then you take the how and apply it, right? You apply the knowledge that you learn. That's the how to. So that's why you got to really learn and say, hey, I am wealthy. But more importantly, you got to say, you got to claim it. So claiming wealth, you got to claim wealth. You can't become wealthy. You got to claim it. You got to say you are before it is, right? You got to speak it into existence, but you got to take the necessary actions towards it, which is using the wealth formula as a guide, right? So the first thing we're going to talk about this week is obviously money. It takes money to make money, right? Now, how many of us have heard that saying before? It takes money to make money, right? We have all heard that before, right? Many of us probably said that to someone along the way in our lifetime, where we say, hey, it takes money to make money. You think money grows on tree? Right? How many of us tell our children that, right? We've told our kids that at least one time in our lifetime before. You think money grows on tree? Right? Now, imagine imagine if you kept that same attitude towards yourself, right? Not because you're the one that make it, you spend it like it's no tomorrow. You spend your money like it grows on tree. Right? How many of us spend our money like it grows on tree? But yet still, when our kids ask us, just for a candy, you think money grows on tree? Right? But we'll go out and buy the most expensive things and the things that we don't need. So we spend away our wealth. Right? Because like I said, it takes money to make money. So if you spend away the money that it takes to make the money for you, then how are you going to have money? How are you going to have money for when you need it? So you won't. So that's the reason why we got to learn, well, how to get the money to start building the wealth. And to get the money to build the wealth, it requires us to learn a few concepts, right? Concepts. Remember, it's not solutions, not products, but it's concepts. Once you understand concepts, then you will be in a position to where you can apply the concepts with the right solutions, and then you will be able to obtain the goals and dreams that you acquire, that you achieve, or you want, right? So at the end of the day, here's the thing when it comes to money. Money requires you to do actually a few things. But let me give you two things. I'm going to talk about two important things that you got to do if in order for you to find the money to start building your wealth. All right. Number one thing you got to do when it comes to money, you got to learn how to pay yourself first. Yep, I said it. You got to learn how to pay yourself first. Now, when it comes to paying yourself first, you probably ask, well, Kiana, how can one pay themselves first? And how much should I pay myself first? How do I determine this? Well, you got to learn how to live on a budget. In order for you to find the money that you need in order to build the wealth that you truly desire and the wealth that you want, you got to learn how to live on a budget. So paying yourself first is learning how to live on a budget. And living on a budget requires you to learn the 50-20-30 budgeting formula. So now when you run the formula, you know that 50% of your income go towards the bills, 20% of your income go towards saving, 30% go towards your spending. Then when you look into that 20%, you got to see how much out of that 20% are you going to pay yourself first. That's why we tell you, hey, set aside 5 to 10% of your income to save for the future. If possible, save 15% or more. You got to treat you like a bill. Do you pay yourself when you get paid every Friday or every 2 weeks or every month? Do you pay yourself? Or do you just sit around the table and start paying out the bills? Do you acquire more bills than you acquire more dreams? Woo. Oh, man, I hope you guys caught that. Are you acquiring more bills versus acquiring more dreams, goals, things to obtain financially, to become wealthy? Because if you had goals to become wealthy, you would lower your monthly expenses and bills amount. You won't acquire more bills. You won't be looking to get more bills on a monthly basis. You will look for ways to decrease your bills and increase your cash flow. Okay? You will learn ways to decrease your liabilities and increase some more assets. Do you understand me? So that's why you got to learn how to pay yourself first. And paying yourself first requires you to learn the 50-20-30 budgeting formula, apply that budget formula, see can you save 20% or more, and that way you start paying yourself more. You see, my goal in life, I tell myself I want to get to a goal where I can start paying myself at least 50%. 50% of my income should take care of my monthly bills and save 50%. Do you have that goal for you and your family? Right? Why just pay yourself? You know, imagine if you could flip the script where you could pay yourself 60% and live off 30%. You know that should be a goal of yours. Can you pay yourself 60% and live off 30%? Isn't that a good goal? Isn't that an awesome goal? Imagine the fact that you could live off 30% of your income and pay yourself 60%. Wow. Wow. How awesome would that be? How awesome would it be? Think about your current income right now. And think about the fact that your monthly bills would have only took about the cost of living for you and your family would have took 30% of your bills, of your money, and you get to keep 60%. How many of you guys like that? Think about 60% of your income right now staying in-house and going to work for you. Money making money. See, guys, you got to have a goal. You got to have a goal. What is your goal? What is your goal? You know, what do you want to become? Right? How do you want to become it? What do you want to obtain? Right? We got to fight for these things. 60%? Wow. See, that's a goal. That's a goal. That should be a goal. So now, how can you reach this goal? How can you obtain such a goal? Well, you got to buy only what you need. You got to start buying only what you need. Not what you want, because many of us want many things. But can we buy only what we need? Can we start, living below our means? Can we not live a hyper-inflated lifestyle? Can we buy only what we need? What are some of the things we need? I mean, like essential things, right? We need a roof over our head, right? We may need a car, right? Depending on where you live. Some of us don't, but most of us probably do, right? We may need the clothes that we already have, right? Not to go obtain more unless, you know, you gain weight. But if you gain weight, lose the weight and fit back into the clothes that you have, right? How about the shoes? We don't need more shoes. We only got 2 feet, right? How about food? Yeah, we need food. We got to have food in the house, right? How about healthcare? We need healthcare. We need life insurance, of course, right? We need disability things. We need a will. We need a trust, right? We need all these things in place. Absolutely, right? So when you think about all these things, these are needs. You got to know how to identify your needs from your wants. And that's been a big problem for many of us that want to obtain wealth. We think that a lot of the wants is needs, and we justify them because we're the one that's going to pay for them. So we justify it. It's only a one time. I never really treat myself. But you ever hear, you know, the things that you acquire today, it actually is taken away from the tomorrows. And the tomorrows is prosperity. So the things that you take away today is taken away from your prosperity for tomorrow. So if you live for today and not plan for tomorrow, tomorrow will be the day that you wish you would never want to live. You understand? So if you live for today but not plan for tomorrow, you will not want to live in tomorrow. You don't. Because now tomorrow become a constant reminder of that you messed up yesterday by living for yesterday, not planning for tomorrow. So we got to start being responsible with our decision makings when we're living the life that we live. We got to live for today, but also plan for tomorrow. And when you plan for tomorrow, which one you want to have? Do you want to have a better today or a better tomorrow? Woo, man, I hope you better. See, I'm putting you on the spot now. You got to make a decision. Do you want to live a better today or you want to live a better tomorrow? Right? Better yet, why not have both? Why not have both? Why not live good today and live good for tomorrow? But it requires you to become what? Wealthy. And when I say wealthy, stop putting a number on it. Don't put a billionaire or a millionaire. No. Wealth comes in many different sizes, and wealth comes in different many forms, right? Can you obtain the wealth that you could live good today and tomorrow? Doesn't mean that you have to be a millionaire. Doesn't mean that you have to be a billionaire. It just needs to know that you know how to manage your money properly. Because if you're able to just make some small changes to your spending habits and also the saving habits, guess what? You would obtain big money later on. You will obtain big money later on. Because if you just simply save $10 a day, if you are disciplined enough to save $10 a day, that's how simple it is, $10 a day. Instead of buying that Dunkin' Donuts, instead of buying that coffee, instead of buying those chips, eating now, you could have brought lunch to work. You know, many of us look at COVID-19 like it's a bad thing, but I think many of us have saved the most money that we ever saved in our life because of COVID-19. I know a lot of people that never had money in their bank account, have $1,000, $2,000 in their bank account right now because COVID-19 shut down everywhere. They can't go to their Victoria's Secrets. They can't go to their Forever 21s. They can't go to Express. They can't go to Calvin Klein. They can't go on Fifth Ave. They can't go to Tommy Hilfiger, Dior, Gucci, whatever, right? They can't go shopping because now it's limited to how they can go shop. They can't even go grocery shopping like the way they do because now they got to stand in line and most people don't want to do it. Right? So COVID-19 was a very horrible thing, but it worked out well for a lot of people financially because now they got this new big brother standing over them and saying, no, you may not spend that. No, you cannot go there. A lot of us grown adults got grounded. Right? How many of you felt like you were grounded the first month into COVID-19? You were grounded, man. We were all grounded. COVID-19 was our grandmother that was strict, our mom, our dads, right? We were grounded, man. But can you develop that same discipline for yourself after COVID-19? Can you develop that same discipline where you say, you know what? I'm not going to go outside and try to buy anything because I'm scared to go contract the virus. I'm scared because I don't want to touch something and it may have someone that had COVID. Well, why don't you guys look at the fact that, hey, I'm not going to spend this money because I'm scared that I'm going to be broke in my retirement. You know what? I'm really scared to spend this money because I don't want the future to look horrible. I am so scared. I'm 32 and I'm scared. Right? I'm scared about what my future looked like. Because I know everything that I'm saving today, I need to save more due to the fact that inflation going to require me to have more. Right? So guys, you got to be scared a little bit, but you also got to be a little bit optimistic. So you got to be a pessimist and an optimist, right? Because you gotta be realistic and say, hey, am I really saving enough today? But you got to be optimistic to know that if I follow the formula, it will help me to get to where I want to be in life. So it all comes down to how much are you paying yourself first? How much are you gonna buy only what you need and not what you want? It's the decision, guys. Becoming wealthy is a decision. Saving money is a decision. It's a decision between I'm going to buy this, I'm not going to buy this. I'm going to own this, and I'm not going to own this. I'm going to save this, and I'm not going to spend this. This is a decision. You ever hear the saying that you can't save someone that don't want to save themselves? It's the same thing with this. Now you got to look at you and say, I want to save myself. So if you want to save yourself, do it. Save yourself. Don't wait for nobody else to save you. No, you save yourself. Nobody's going to throw out a life jacket. Save yourself. Swim, kick, doggy paddle for all I care. But do not just sit in deep waters and sit there waiting to be eaten by a shark. You better start doggy paddle. If you can't swim, doggy paddle. If you can swim, do a butterfly, do a row, whatever. Swim out of debt. Swim to your greatness. But do not sit in deep water and just sit there waiting to be eaten up by a shark. You got to swim. Many of you know how to swim. Everybody know how to doggy paddle. If you can't swim, doggy paddle. All right? I'd rather know you drown trying than sit there and drown. I'd rather you swim till your hands cramp up than for you to just sit there and do nothing. You can't keep doing nothing and expecting a different result. It doesn't work that way. That's called insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result is called insanity. We can't be insane in such time. We got to be relentless. We got to be fearless. We got to be determined. You got to go after things with a goal. What is your goal? How much money are you going to save every week? What's your goal every week to save? What is your monthly goal? What is your quarter goal? What is your semi-annual goal? What is your annual goal? What is your goal? You got to be goal-oriented. The same way you have the goal to make a lot of money, you got to have the same goal to save a certain amount of money. What is your savings goal? How much are you going to save in your emergency fund? How much are you going to save in order to go invest that money? What is it you're going to save? What's your goal? You got to have a goal. You got to have a goal. You got to be more excited to look in your emergency fund every month and say, wow, I got that much saved up for emergency. You got to look inside of your savings for your retirement every month and say, wow, I can't believe I saved this much every month. Set a goal. Set a goal. Be relentless. Be disciplined with that goal and go after it. Because if you're able to save just $10 a day, $300 a month, and you just got an average return of 8% over a 30-year period, you would have $447,000+ 30 years from now. If you were saving $20 a day, the same thing, 8% interest on that, over a 30-year period, you have $894,000+. So what does that tell you? You got to be relentless. Can you start saving $10 a day? Can you start saving $20 a day? Let's start there. What is your daily saving goal? Can you save $2 a day? Can you save $5 a day? $10 a day? $20 a day? $30 a day? How much out of that hour can you put away a day? If you work 4 hours, if you work 8 hours a day, and you're making $10 an hour, can you say for every 2 hours that I work at my job, I'm putting that away? No question. Can you put away the first 2 hours that you work at your job away every day? No questions. You're taking no, you're taking no as not away, but you're gonna say yes. Every 2 hours that I work every day for my job, I'm putting that away. It's simple, guys. It's a decision. It is a simple decision if you want to obtain the wealth that you want. Make a decision. Once you make a decision, you literally took the first step to your greatness. That's how you get the money. That's how you get the money. And then you put that money to go work for you and have that money put on its suit and tie. And it doesn't come back until it comes back with an army. Turn 100 into 100,000. Turn 1,000 into 1,000,000. Turn 1,000,000 into 1,000,000,000. Right? You got to have that type of hunger. Right? You can't just sit there and say, whoop, I'm just going to sit in the deep water. Hope that something bites and kill me. No, you got to swim. You got to swim. You got to swim till your hands cramp, your foot cramp, your toes curl up. You got to swim. You got to swim when it hurts. You got to swim when it doesn't hurt. You got to keep swimming. You'll reach a destination one day. But just know you got to have a goal. Where are you going in life? Where are you trying to go? Where are you trying to be? What is that you're trying to obtain? What is your daily goal? What is your weekly goal? What's your monthly goal? What's your yearly goal? What's your goal? What's your 5-year plan? If you can't have a 5-year plan, what's your yearly plan? If you can't see 5 years down the line, what's your yearly plan? What's your plan for the next 3 months of this year? Are you going to finish off 2020 in debt? Or are you going to finish off 2020 with some money saved in the emergency fund? What's your goal? You got to live life with a purpose. You know, Les Brown said something very profound. He says that you got to live full, die empty. I'm going to say that for you again. Les Brown, one of the greatest motivational speakers of this world, he said you got to live full, die empty. So I challenge you to live full, die empty. I challenge you. All right? So just to give you guys some reminder, tomorrow we're going to talk about the importance of time and rate of return. Right? Tomorrow we're going to talk about time and the rate of return. But remember, every week, Monday through Friday, and even Sundays now, and Saturday through Sundays, we have workshops. And as you know, Monday through Friday, we have workshops every 2 p.m. Eastern time and 8 p.m. Eastern time. We provide free financial workshops. And just so you know, our goal is 30 by 30. Right? We want to educate 30 million families by the year 2030. And as you know, we do that every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 10 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. Eastern time, where we teach families the 4 steps to financial freedom. If you want to learn more about our campaign, please join me and my fiance, right? Every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern time, we provide you with more knowledge and understanding to learn more about our campaign. What is our National Financial Literacy Campaign is about? Come and learn. We want to educate you, right? So remember, Money Talk every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, all right? So you can always join our Money Talk. You can just join in on our Zoom, 739-226-2726, right? And use the password BShynaz, capital B, lowercase s, HYNAZ, right? BShynaz. Or you could call in. If you can't come in on our Zoom, call in. Don't miss the call. Right? Call in on the 646-568-7788. So that way you can have access to the calls, no matter what. All right? So thank you guys for tuning in. And remember that you are one decision away from changing the future for the better. So always remember, the choice is always yours. All right?